what
It's
the
me,
fuck?
Destinee, your host.
Oh my god, you caught me so off guard.
I know, it was
You
great.
your timing was spot on. Perfect.
I know. Yeah, I know. Okay, you can do your introduction now.
What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the Burnout Brighter podcast, but not because this is a special episode. Darren is going to be
Has deserted us.
has deserted us. He's taking a break from the podcast. He has a goldfish he needs to take care of. Evidently, it's a lot of work. He's putting all of his time and effort in on this goldfish for the next few months. So he won't be around because of said goldfish. So it's going to be Destinee and I and a rotating panel of guests for the next little while. So if anyone remembers, just a few months ago, when I was away from the podcast, Darren and Destinee did an episode of Double D's Nuts. So I decided, because I felt left out, our podcast name is going to be DM These Nuts, which also works with the joke.
DM, like slip into our DMs.
Yeah, but also like Destinee and Matt.
Yeah.
Or it could also be DM These Nuts MD. They're a doctor now, a medical doctor.
We are a doctor now. That's good. That's good.
Right? I'm pretty proud of that.
A doctorate on how to beat your ass.
Yeah, with kindness and love. If you're new to the show, this is a hell of an episode to kick off. Thanks for joining us. On tonight's episode, this is episode 108. My name's Matt, and I'm going to be joined as always by my lovely co-host Destinee.
I'm not always here, but I'm always here in your heart.
In my heart. On this week's show, we're going to be making our own fighting game. I've had Nickelodeon's fighting game stuck on the brain, so Destinee and I decided to make our own fighting game.
Wait, were all of our characters supposed to be from Nickelodeon?
No. None of mine are from Nickelodeon.
Because I'm like
sourcing the inspiration.
Okay, yeah, okay.
So we're making our own fighting games along with a whole bunch of news about Final Fantasy, about Sony, and about Spider-Man. But before we get into all of that, make sure you like, subscribe, and share. Please, if you're on Apple Podcasts or whatever podcast service you listen to us on, hop over there, hit us with that 5-star rating. It makes a huge difference for us in terms of discoverability and doing cool stuff. So please take a minute, hop over there, hit us with that 5 stars, say something nice, and maybe we'll read it on the show like we did on this week's bonus stage. Mm-hmm. So make sure you check it out. Yeah, it's weird. We haven't had a guest in so long that, like, normally now it's kind of when we're like, oh, hello, guest. What do you do? But it's just you and me, Destinee.
It's been, I don't think we've ever done a you and me while we've been on video. I think the last one we did, it wasn't just you and me. It was someone else. Like, it was you, me, and someone else. It's not just been you and me.
We've done, I think the last time we did a solo you and I was like the 3rd episode or something, back when we did your gaming history. Like, I don't think we've done
finding
one since.
Out my history. Yeah,
that's a deep cut.
It's shit. That was over 100 episodes ago.
Oh my god, it was. But so as we said, Darren will not be around for the next little while. He's not gone. He's just gone for the foreseeable future. He might pop in here and there, but he's busy with his goldfish and I guess school or something else that he's doing there.
Yeah, some stuff.
But Destinee, we're doing something pretty cool for the month of October. Can you tell me
doing something very amazing.
A little bit about it.
Okay, so what we're doing is we are partnering with Raise the Game and Yuki to bring awareness to Black History Month in the United Kingdom. So their Black History Month is all the month of October, which is dope because you have like Black History Month and Halloween, like 2 of the best things ever. Mm-hmm. And we're going to be having a lot of special guests, content creators, show presenters, developers, streamers, just gamers. We also have somebody who's like in the realm of like manga and comic making. I'm pretty excited about that because we haven't had somebody like that on yet. But yeah, guys, we're going to be posting those every Thursday, and it is a special series that we are only doing for this month. So please spread the word, tune in, learn something about your culture because Black people are everywhere. So just, learn something about us.
Hell yeah, exactly. So our first episode, if you're watching this the day it comes out on Wednesday, our first episode of our Black History Month miniseries will be going live the following day on Thursday. If you're listening to this after Wednesday, well, then go check it out. Our first episode is with the incredible Mr. Midas. We talk about a whole bunch of stuff. And for the month of October, we are getting rid of bonus stage. We're saying bye-bye bonus stage.
Bye-bye bonus stage.
Bye-bye just for the month of October.
On Black History Month for the UK. So, guys, I know you're just as excited as we are. Because we're really excited. We're super excited. This is the first time we're actually partnering with like a major organization, and we kind of share the same common like core goals. So please, as you're supporting us, go support Yuki, go support Raise the Game as well. And please go
Mhm.
support Midas and all
Yeah.
the other guests that we're going to have on.
Yeah, exactly. So keep it locked. We're going to have so much cool content coming for you over the course of the month of October. So make sure you stay tuned to check it all out. But Destinee, let's you know what? I'm going to throw a bit of a curveball in here. Okay?
Ooh, I'm ready.
Because it's just you and I,
Yeah.
and because for the month of October we're not going to really be doing bonus stage, let's throw it back.
Okay.
Let's do a bit of a round of random questions. Let's
my
turn it up.
God.
It's been a
Okay.
minute.
It's been a minute. It's been
Yeah.
a minute. Okay.
And it's just you and I, so
Shit,
I
I'm
thought,
not
why
even
not?
ready. I'm
Me
not
neither,
ready.
because I just thought of this right now. It's not like I planned for this 5 minutes ago when the show started. It literally came up in the last 20 seconds. So I'll ask you a question first, Destinee.
Okay.
Uh-huh. If I wanted to learn something about you, let's just say there's a question that's been just kind of living in my mind for the last little while. That's something that I really passionately and deeply wanted to ask you, but couldn't build up the nerve or the courage. What's the best way to make eggs?
Oh, scrambled hard with cheese.
Scrambled hard? What do you mean? What is scrambled hard?
So scrambled
Like you
hard means
really
it's not
fucking
runny.
throw it in the you just
No,
throw it
it
in the
means
dish,
No,
shells
it
and
means
all.
it's not runny. Like I don't like runny, slimy eggs. If they're scrambled, I don't like that.
So hard scrambled eggs with some cheese.
Yeah.
Okay, I like it.
I'm sorry, that was very simple, but that's how
You
eat
really
my
like
eggs.
zoned in on that very quickly. I expected a little bit more banter, a little bit more back and forth. You're like, nah, bitch, this is the way to eat eggs.
This is bomb, yes.
This is the egg
Add your
recipe.
spices. Yeah,
Yeah,
it's good. Yeah, because then you
exactly.
could have it in like a breakfast burrito.
Mm-hmm.
Like you could just have it on the side with like some little avocado. You can have it on toast. I think
That's true.
I don't know. I just really like scrambled eggs.
You
A
know,
little
I
bit
go
hot
through.
sauce, a little bit Texas Pete. Yes, I keep it on my desk because this is where I have my snacks. So like bam, bam, and then
Yeah.
yeah.
Sometimes
Guys,
you
this
just need
is like
hot
the
sauce.
best hot sauce.
I've never tried that one. Is it good?
It's
I
so
guess you just said it's the
good.
best.
It's okay to me. It's like the best. It's the one that my daddy eats, and so
Texas Pete. I'll have to
Texas
try it.
Pete. I used to have him send it to Korea, like send me
No
multiple
shit.
bottles. Yeah,
So
and I
hold on.
had a bottle of it in my desk.
Is this one of
At
those
work.
ones that's like spicy first, or is it taste first? You know how some hot sauces you're like, oh my god, this burns everything, and then
No,
later
it's
you
not
taste.
like no. It's
Okay.
kind of like a very thin, kind of mild, spicy buffalo sauce. So it's
Okay,
not
so
thick like buffalo sauce.
is
Like
it
the
more akin to like
consistency.
a Tabasco or like a Frank's Red Hot, like in
Yes.
that world of
Yes.
hot saucery?
Yes.
Okay, cool. I like it. All right, Destinee, then it's your turn to ask me a question.
Okay, I have a doozy, and I just
Shit.
thought of it because I thought it was like no, it's gonna be a funny one,
Okay.
but you cannot pick our co-host. So I'm just saying that right off the bat, you cannot pick our co-host. All right.
Okay.
Okay. So here goes the question: if you could put me on a blind date with any of the guests that we've had on the show. See, this is a good one, right? This is a really good one. Who would you pick and why?
I have this friend named Darren.
No,
He's not.
I said you can't pick our. No,
He's also a friend.
No,
Okay, fine.
no.
Who would I set you up on a blind date with from all of our guests?
All of our guests, all of them.
this
That
is a
includes male and
good
female, all of
question.
them. Yeah, I know. That's why I was like, oh, it's gonna stump them.
You know what? This is tough.
Yeah.
And like I'm gonna like for a second just like factor existing relationships out of this.
Okay.
Let's imagine that the person is single. Okay.
Yes. That's what we're doing. We're imagining
Yeah.
this is like theoretically.
Yeah. You and Assemble would kill each other.
Yes, we would.
I just feel like it would be funny at first, and then one of you would die.
With the
but
chopstick.
You know what? I think, and maybe there's a bit of recency bias in here, but I think you and Floor Hugger would make an amazing couple.
Oh my god! I think we'd make a really cute couple too.
I think she's super chill. I think she's right up your alley. I think you guys have like a similar sense of humor, but also very different. You know, I think you guys would just mesh well. I don't think there would be a lot of drama because I know you're not all about that. I don't
I'm
think there would be
not.
a lot of bullshit. I think it would be like an honest, relationship built on trust and care. And I think you guys would be good together.
Wow, you really thought about this. I literally asked that because I thought you were going to pick the worst possible person for me to be with because I know that's how you are. But you
Damn
actually
it.
put some thought into
I
it.
take it back. I take it back. Immediately.
Yeah, I
I
really thought that's
I
what you were gonna
I
do.
forgot the spirit of these questions was to be dumb, not to answer
Yes.
honestly. Shit. I take it back. Who's the worst? Assemble. You and Assemble. Not actually the
We
worst,
would
but
kill each other. We would.
I
Kill
think
each
you would
other.
have a very, very funny relationship. I think you would get a lot of enjoyment out of each other.
Who, me and Floor Hugger?
Assemble. No, you and
Oh, me
Assemble.
and Assemble. Oh my god. I don't know, dude.
There'd be a lot of laughs in that
there
relationship.
there
Would
would be
be.
a lot of laughs and a lot of like anger
Missing
at the
limbs.
same time.
Missing limbs. All right,
Hopefully he doesn't watch this.
I'm
Moving on.
sure he's going to watch this and he's going to comment.
This
being
is
like,
going to be the
"Okay."
one episode he watches like out of like the rest of the year.
Yeah. So I don't know. Let's keep it going though. Let's keep it jiving. Let's keep it moving. Like
Keep this
smooth
train
jazz,
rolling.
Let's keep this train rolling. What's
I'm
new? What's
so
going
proud
on?
of my question. That was such a good question.
That was a great
It
question.
was so
A plus
good.
question.
Thank you. So what's been going on?
What's new?
So I've been watching something new, which is called Love on the Spectrum. And it's
Okay.
basically filmed in Australia, and it's focused on people who are on the spectrum who have autism and ADHD, things like that, and their quest to find love. And I swear to God, I can't stop smiling because their idea of love is so innocent and so sweet. Like, it's like such a breath of fresh air. Because whenever you talk to people here, like, like people who, I'm not going to say people who aren't autistic or whatever, but I just feel like we think about sex and like how, you know what I mean? And I feel like that is not something that they're really focused on, and it makes it very innocent. Does that make sense? I don't know if I'm explaining
I
it
feel
right.
like for us, like again, I think this is like a difficult way to approach this, but like I feel like
Yeah.
for a lot of people, I feel like sex is the first thing followed by the rest of it after. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Like that's like kind of
like,
like
am
the
I sexually attracted to this person? Could I see myself being
Yeah.
intimate with this person? And then
So-
everything else follows.
So something I want to ask then, is this show handled tastefully and respectfully? Because I feel like I stay away from a lot of reality TV just because I maybe I'm just a little jaded on a lot of Western reality TV where it's very scripted. A lot of it is obviously bullshit. There's a lot of drama for the sake of drama, and I just get tired of it. Like I think the most recent reality TV from Canada or America that I've watched was the newest seasons of Queer Eye, because again, like there's not a lot of drama, there's not a lot of bullshit. It's there, it's very wholesome. So is this show handled well?
It's really wholesome. I don't watch reality TV at all. This is literally the only thing that I've ever watched, and it's not scripted. I feel like it would be very hard for them to script them. And it's really sweet. There's absolutely no drama. There's no drama. Like, some of them go out on dates. Yeah, I think you'd really like it. It's really sweet. They go out on dates. Sometimes it works out and sometimes it doesn't. But like, there's nothing chaotic about it. It's handled very well, and like, you can tell that the people who are making this show respect their boundaries. So they ask them questions like, what are you looking for? And it's so cute because like their characters is like, I think the one important thing in life is love. And you're like, oh,
that sounds adorable. That sounds cool.
It's super adorable. I think you'd like it. So yeah, I've been watching that.
Is it on Netflix? Okay.
And there's like 2 seasons of it. So this is the second season that just came out because, COVID shut everything down. But like, you get to see some of the past characters from the first season actually find love in the second season. And it's just like so nice. Yeah.
I love a good love story.
Right?
Yeah.
So like, been watching that and just been working to get our stuff ready for the series, for our special series. And I got my makeup stuff from ColourPop, and that was cool because it's all Hocus Pocus themed. They did a special. I'm actually wearing the lipstick.
Oh dang!
From
Look,
the
I was gonna say, you looking a little hokey pokey.
Thank you. But yeah, that's what I've been up to. What about you, Matt?
I'm sad that Darren's not here for us to have this conversation because given how much shit we gave each other for Death Stranding a few years ago, um, I've been obsessed with Death Stranding. Uh, PlayStation Canada, thank you to them, sent over a code for us to check out. So I've been playing it on PS5. I did a review discussion with Andrew from We the Nerdy over on Yumi Capri. So if you're curious about like a long form video there, I'm gonna have a review up for our channel in the next couple of days. I want to finish the game entirely before I do ours.
Mhm.
Um, I can't stop playing it. I don't know what it is compared to last time, because last time I think I put like something like 10 to 12 hours in, and like I enjoyed what I was playing, but I felt like it got kind of monotonous. I got kind of over it. I think something else came out, took my attention away, and then I just never went back. And of course, we had the long-standing disagreement of, you watched all of it, I watched the synopsis, and something that you never let me live down. So when you and Darren started laughing when we got the code, because you guys were like, well, it's a karma, bitch. Looks like you're actually going to have to play it now. And I can't stop. I legit
I'm
can't
glad
stop.
you're enjoying it. I am.
Yeah.
I'm glad you're enjoying it.
I pulled a Darren and spent some time just building roads. And then I got obsessed with building zip lines so I can quickly move around the country. Yeah, I'm actually having like a lot of fun with it. I don't know why. I don't know if the new enhancements, like you can feel the steps a lot more with the controller because of the PS5's rumbles and their haptics. I feel like getting from point A to point B is not as long as I remember it being. Like there's something about its calmness that I'm really like clicking with right now. And like I said this to Darren actually earlier today because I was messaging him about it. And like at a time where Tales of Arise is out and Lost Judgment is out, two of my like most anticipated games this year, and I was obsessed with Tales before jumping into Death Stranding.
Mm.
For Death Stranding to completely take my time, I can't stop thinking about it. I keep wanting to play it. Like I don't know. I can't stop.
Maybe it's just a timing thing. I know for me, sometimes, like, I really want to watch a show, but, like, I feel like now is not the time for me to watch
Mhm.
this show. So
Yeah.
maybe, like, things are kind of chaotic in our lives right now, and you need something that's a little more slow pace.
Yeah. And like, yeah, I think there's a lot of merit to that. Especially, I don't know. I think weirdly also after the and to quote Floor Hugger here because it kills me every time she does it. Because of the panoramic, um, even the story and the themes of connectedness and going out to find others and stuff. I think resonate a little bit more than they did before. I'm really liking it. I also reviewed Kana
Aw.
Bridge of Spirits, which that was a great game. If you're curious about the review, make sure you go check that out. I liked a lot about it. It's not perfect. It definitely has some like PS2 era um, things to it in terms of its gameplay and how it works, but it's actually really solid. And Senna and I have been also obsessed with this drama, this Korean drama that's been going on called Hometown Cha Cha Cha. Very sweet, very wholesome. Yeah, I know. I don't know what the fuck it is with the name, but the show is great. Baron, if you're listening, I know you're my K drama brethren. Fucking watch it. It's awesome. You're gonna love it. So yeah, that's basically what I've been up to. And like I keep thinking about Tales. I want to go back to playing more friggin' Tales, and I just keep playing Death Stranding instead. I'm almost done though.
I mean, like, you're almost done, so.
Yeah, I'm almost there. I'm at the point now. Very, very, I guess, light spoilers for Death Stranding. If you don't want to hear what I'm about to say, skip ahead 10 seconds. But all I'm gonna say is that like I'm at the point now where I have to go all the way back.
Oh, okay.
And I weirdly enough, I'm not dreading
You're
it.
okay with it.
Yeah,
Okay.
usually like in games, I'm like, oh my god, I have to backtrack. This time I'm like, I'm excited. I'm excited to go back the way I came. I don't know why, but there's
Nice.
something about it. I'm enjoying it. But yeah, that's what I've been up to. But Destinee,
Yeah.
Nickelodeon All-Star Brawl has been the talk of the town on the Twitter lately. A lot of people
It
are
has
stoked
been.
for the game. It's coming out, I think, tomorrow as of recording, so that it just came out the day before as of posting. And a lot of people are stoked about seeing a lot of their favorite Nickelodeon characters come to a Smash Bros. Like, game. And what I thought would be fun to do is if you and we took 5 characters each, and we made our own Smash Bros. Style game, our own fighting game, to kind of, to just change things up a little, to see,
Yeah, no.
who we could
Let's
pull.
do this. Let's do
Yeah,
this.
let's have a little a little chatsy doodle. Um,
Little
so
chatsy doodle.
a little chatsy
No, oh my
doodle.
God, when I was on Streamcast, Andy was like, yeah, she's a chatty patty. something like that in his accent. I can't do it in his accent, but it was just like chatty patty, and I was just like, oh my god, what? That's
Oh
so
my god, you
cute.
are a chatty patty. Andy, what's
Yeah.
up, by the way? Yeah, so hold on, wait, before we go any further, yeah, Destiny, you were on like a whole bunch of shows this weekend. You got to tell us a little bit about.
Was I on a whole bunch? I was just on one.
You were on two,
Not
and
this
we were
weekend.
this past
Was I?
weekend.
Was I on two?
Didn't you do stuff with Streamcast and Level One?
Oh no, level one got rain check.
Rain checked. Okay, so never mind. So you were on Streamcast though. So shout out to the homies over at Streamcast. Make sure you go check
shout
it
out to Isaac and Andy. That's who I was talking to over there.
Yeah.
Guys, that was like a 3-hour podcast, like of us just talking. It was great though. It was great.
It's fun.
I feel so sorry for Andy and the editing he has to do. Like, but we were just in it. Like, you know, when you start talking about stuff and you just start vibing, and like, I think it was the first time that I had like talked to other just me and other Black content creators, and we were just talking about Black history and the effects that society has on us as a whole, not just within the gaming industry. And there's just a lot to talk about and a lot to unpack there. So yeah, it was like 3 hours. And I know you guys are like, what the fuck, a 3-hour podcast? But he's going to break it down, so you don't have to listen to it 3 hours.
Do you know when it's coming out? Have they told you yet?
Okay, I don't know when he's posting it.
I'm sure it'll be out in the next couple of weeks, so make sure you keep your eyes out for that. We'll make sure to retweet it through all the proper channels.
We'll definitely tweet it out. Guys, please go check it out. Especially if you're a person of color. I feel like you will relate to a lot of stuff that like they had to say and I had to say, and it was just really good. And even if you're not a person of color, you might learn something, you know. So
Streamcast is just dope as hell anyway.
They're
so make sure you go support them.
Fuck. They're dope
and
as fuck.
Very, very quickly before we get into the fighting game stuff, Darren, before his untimely demise to said goldfish, and I recorded a Squid Games video. That's on YouTube now. Yeah. If you've been watching the show,
and Lucas is there,
Lucas was there. Lucas was there.
Why has Lucas not been on the show?
You talk to him about that. I've invited him.
What is going on? He's okay to like fucking die trying to break shapes out of candy, but he doesn't want to be on the show. Lucas,
yeah,
come on.
Thank you. I'll tell him that. I'll send him this clip and I'll be like, Lucas, the fuck. So make sure you guys go check that out. We played the second game from the series where we're breaking little shapes out of cookie candy type things.
They
so
all
make sure you
die.
go catch that. But not that badly. Destiny fighting game. I have a bit of a theme to mine. I picked five. I picked 5 characters from a similar idea, a similar realm, if you would. So I want you to start. Give me your first.
I feel like you should start.
All right, fine.
Yeah.
So I based all 5 of my characters, and we'll ping pong back and forth one at a time. Okay. I based all of my characters around sitcom characters. I was like, you know what? I'm gonna make like a sitcom fighting game, right? I wanted to pick. So
all yours are like real people.
Yeah, who are gonna get like turned into fighting game characters. Yeah, so
I did not do that.
No, it's totally fine. I don't know why. I had this initial idea and then I just ran with it. And where I started was from my favorite sitcom of all time, Scrubs. I would have JD and Turk together. Like if you've seen the Ice Climbers in Super Smash Bros, where it's basically like 2 characters together. I feel like
that's cheating.
Totally a thing. Plenty of characters. It's like cat dog. You can't separate them. They're stuck together at all times because of their relationship. So you'd have stuff like there'd be like cutaway attacks where like there would be a bunch of bricks that fall from the sky, which happens in an episode. They could eagle, so JD would hop on Turk's back and they'd run really fast and smack through other enemies. They could also do like a dance break. That would be like their taunt. I feel like JD and Turk together, like Ice Climber like characters from Scrubs, would be an awesome fighting game thing. I feel like, there'd be a lot of they could pull, especially because how ridiculous Scrubs is with, their imagination cutaways. I feel like they could pull a lot of ridiculous moves into their movesets if you wanted to. So I want JD and Turk together for my first fighting game character.
Okay, and that's the only character you have that does that, right?
Yeah, it's the only character that's just 2 of them together.
Okay.
Yeah, I did it respectfully.
Okay.
So JD and Turk together would be mine, and I'm very, very excited about it.
Okay, my turn. All right. So since you did that, I'm picking Hot Rod because he can also transform into Rodimus Prime. So that's kind of like two characters in one.
Are you sure
That's
that wasn't like
fair.
the
That's
porn?
fair.
No, that's fair. No, that's fair. No, I'm not arguing the
The
thing.
porn.
Sure, the transforming character in Smash Bros. Melee, you have Zelda who can also transform into Sheik. I'm not arguing about that.
Okay.
But what was the second? Hot Rod can go into what?
Rodimus Prime.
That sounds like a porn star.
It does sound like a porn star, but it's
Rodimus
not.
Prime sounds like a
Rodimus
porn
Prime
star.
because it's Hot Rod. Because Optimus Prime.
And
So
Hot Rod.
Hot Rod's so Rodimus Prime. It just takes
Still
his
sounds like a
last
porn
name.
star.
It does. You would know.
I'm just really good at the game. I don't know any porn stars. I know
Because he
zero porn
watches a
stars.
lot of porn. No. All right.
Specifically
so
with Rodimus Prime.
No. Anyway, so
Go
he
on.
would be my first one. I don't know what else to say about him.
Walk me through some of his attacks. What are his attacks like? What are kind of some of his special moves?
Okay, so this is hard because I don't play Smash Brothers. So
That's okay.
he has this like blade thing on his hand. I don't want to call it a
Like a
pizza cutter,
saw?
but if you think it's not a saw because it's round.
Like
I
the
guess it
circular
could be
saws.
like a circular saw. Yeah, he has one of those, and he also has a gun that he can shoot. But then once he like upgrades into Rodimus Prime after he like opens, because he has the
and
power.
just kind of engorges out from there.
Wow, stop making this so sexual.
No.
It's weird because like I had a crush on him as a little
I
girl,
know you
and
did.
now you're turning him into a dick. Anyway,
Literally.
So I can't do this. I can't talk about him anymore. Moving on. Matt, who's your second character?
My second character is actually Rodimus Prime. No, my second character based on my sitcom setup, my sitcom theme.
Yeah.
I went to Brooklyn Nine-Nine for my next one. Okay, and I would pick Rosa Diaz because she is one hard ass motherfucker. Already on the show, she has a bunch of like violent outbursts and she like breaks shit. And I feel like she has a motorcycle, so she could also ride that as one of her attacks. She can like very easily fuck up a lot of people. There's also like a couple episodes where she does like ridiculous makeovers and stuff given the context of what they're working on. So I feel like she could have some like chameleon shape shifting ability type thing too. I think Rosa, and also there's one episode where she gets a dog and she gets very protective of the dog. I feel like that can be worked in somehow. I just feel like Rosa is just such like a badass motherfucker, and to balance out Turk and JD's ridiculousness, I think she'd be like a brawler. She'd beat the shit out of some other sitcom people. So for me, for my second fighting game character, I would take Rosa Diaz from Brooklyn Nine-Nine.
Okay. For my second character, I'm picking Mooncake from the animated show Final Space.
Who the fuck?
Mooncake is basically what a Kirby would be, what Kirby is, but he's green. And he would basically, he destroys planets. So he's pretty OP.
The hell?
Yeah.
This is like that time Darren researched before we talked about the strongest mutant. You're walking in here with a planet destroyer?
I mean, like, he doesn't want to destroy planets. He's actually really nice. He just has the ability to do it.
So why doesn't he? He's just not about that life?
He's not evil. He's not trying to destroy planets.
He's quite
but if
cute.
you fuck with him, like, he'll fuck you up.
He's adorable, though.
But I mean, like, Kirby could do some serious fucking damage, but he doesn't. So I figured Mooncake would be basically my Kirby character.
Okay, walk me through some of his abilities, some of his attacks. What kind of stuff can he do besides destroy planets?
Well,
I feel like that shouldn't be his one attack. Game over.
He kind of has like telekinesis.
Okay.
So he can use his telekinesis powers. He can fly. So he doesn't stay in one place at one time. It's me trying to explain Mooncake's powers. He's super adorable. So do you want to hit him? You don't want to hit him. He's really
Kirby.
Cute. Wow, you would smack Kirby?
In Smash Bros, yeah, in a heartbeat.
Well, that's because somebody else is playing him. But if you like
regret it.
Yeah, but that's because somebody else is playing him. If you like actually saw Kirby and he was just kind of chilling, you wouldn't smack him.
I wouldn't smack him.
Yeah.
I'd feed him.
You'd let your guard down.
Part of part of me, so everybody, like, the whole Kirby thing, like if Kirby swallows something, it spits it back out, and then like it takes on some of its attributes. Like if it swallows Mario, it gets like his hat and like mustache, I think.
Yeah, he's
Part
like
of
a
me would be,
rogue.
yeah, part of me would be like a little bit curious to see what it would look like if he swallowed me, and then what Matt Kirby would look like.
I'm trying to think, and honestly, I feel like he would just take on dumb attributes from your personality.
Wow. I feel like he'd get like a beard and a snapback.
Would he? Because I just don't feel like that's uniquely you.
I don't know, then.
Because you and Darren both have beards. He just never wears the.
He
maybe
doesn't have
just the hat.
snapbacks though.
That's right.
Yeah,
I'm trying
he
to
doesn't
get
have.
him
He
to
has
get
0.
some glasses, but he won't wear them, even though
Yeah,
they
he was
make
fit.
him look so good.
Yeah, he looked so good with glasses. He's very against just like glasses for the sake of fashion.
I don't know what that is.
Me too. I don't know.
Yeah, trying to.
Regardless, all right. for my third character, I decided to go a little meta for my third character.
Okay.
Okay. So, Kim's Convenience, right? Fantastic
I never
show.
saw that. But
Stellar show. Such a good show. Great Canadian television that blew up internationally. I'm going to pick Jung from Kim's Convenience. Okay? But I'm going to add like a little qualifier onto that. Jung also plays Shang-Chi in the new Shang-Chi Marvel movie. So for me, Jung, but hold on, let me explain. For me, Jung would have like watched Shang-Chi and like tried to emulate some of the fighting moves, but just not as well. So like he would try and be Shang-Chi, but he would be Jung, and like it just wouldn't work as well, but he would try. I feel like that would be his move set in my sitcom thing. It's like he just saw the movie, he's like, that guy kind of looks like me. I can fight like him, and then fail.
Okay.
And like also like we could bring in some of his, like he works at a car dealership, well like a car rental company, so like he could like drive his car and hit through people. He likes to do different stuff, so we could incorporate like his relationship with Kimchi in. I feel like, and then like, but the base of the character would be kind of like a meta character where he's trying to be Shang-Chi but he can't.
Okay. All right.
I see you begrudgingly accept.
I am, because it feels like two characters again, but okay.
No. That's one character. Okay. There's only one character on screen.
All right.
That's all I'm saying. Okay. Who's your fourth?
So my fourth is going to be Jake from Adventure Time.
Nice. See, here you could do like a Finn and Jake combo if you wanted to. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, but I don't want to because Jake's his own person.
Wow, talk about individuality. Okay, tell me about Jake. Jake is the dog?
If I was going to do that, Jake is the dog. Yeah.
Finn is the boy.
Finn is the boy.
Okay, I tried to get into Adventure Time. I never could do it.
Really? It's so good.
I don't know what it is about it. But anyways, go on.
So everybody knows, I mean, Jake is almost indestructible. Like he can stretch his body. He can turn his body into all sorts of things. So he's kind of like this living putty. So, I mean, like, that's what he is. Like, literally, he like changes himself into all kinds of stuff. So, like, I think he's just really, it would be really hard to like tackle him down, like before you know it, he'd anaconda you, which is a move that I'm using where he just wraps his body around you and squeezes you to death.
I accept it.
Yeah. He can also like blow up his fists. He can fucking turn his arms into wings and like flap away. Like literally, Jake can do almost anything.
It's so funny because I just noticed him over your shoulder.
Yeah.
Playing soccer. Can I make a request for his character then?
What?
Can his taunt be baking pancakes? Because that's the only thing I really know about him. That song gets stuck in my head every single time I hear it. Baking pancakes. Put some bacon in, I put them in a pancake.
That could be his taunt. He talks mad shit though. He's really smart. He's always dropping knowledge bombs like throughout that entire cartoon. He's
really?
Just, like, yeah, like he really is. He's always like saying, because he's always giving Finn like advice,
life advice,
sage advice. Yeah, life advice. But yeah,
bacon pancakes.
My third bacon.
All right, okay.
Bacon pancakes are delicious. I don't
think I've ever had a bacon pancake.
Have you ever had like a bacon maple donut?
Yes.
Almost the same.
I accept. I'll have to try it. I always have like bacon with my pancakes, but have never put the bacon inside the pancake. You know what I
Well,
mean?
make sure you cook the bacon first, right? And
That's a
then
good
have it all
idea.
crispy. And then,
Put some limp
yeah,
ass raw bacon in
yeah.
there.
Ugh.
Ugh. God. Okay, my next character, to again keep it in my sitcom realm. I went to the fantastic sitcom Superstore for my next character, and I would pick Amy from Superstore, who over the course of the show becomes more and more important within the realm of the hierarchy. Because I feel like having like almost like a Walmart esque character, and especially because how devoted she is to it, to the store, would be hilarious. She could like
Yeah.
throw coupons at people and like ram them with shopping carts, and then like use like household items to like cause like a slippery mess, and the character would like fall. The other character would fall. I feel like she'd have like her whole what are they called? Cloud9. I think she works at Cloud9. The whole like store's disposal, like at her disposal, she'd be like a very item based character because she could use all of that stuff. And I feel like it would be entertaining to watch because like I have JD and Turk, which are like the combo character. I have Diaz, who's a brawler. I have who else did I say? Jung, who's again a little bit more of a brawler, but like kind of like a trick brawler. And then like Amy would be a very like item based character who would
So
get
she
into a
would
bunch of
switch out different
tomfoolery.
items and like use
Exactly. Like,
them. Okay.
yeah, because like because where I'm drawing inspiration from is Super Smash with the villager character from Animal Crossing, kind of like the base. They have like the fishing line, they have like the axe, right? Like all of their stuff is based around their items, similar to the things, but they'd all be like Walmart knockoff items from Cloud9. So like
Okay.
I feel like Amy from Superstore would be a great character.
Yeah,
That's what
I
I'm
think
saying.
that's. I mean, like that's legit. Checks out.
I feel like I'm like presenting to teacher, and like she's looking at me, she's like, "Good job." Yeah, that's a
Only
good answer.
because like I didn't realize I don't think I understood the assignment really. I thought like, okay, we're gonna talk about like our 5 characters. I know how to make up moves and stuff because I don't play Smash Brothers, so I can't
Hmm.
use them to compare to any of the Smash Brother characters.
That's
But
okay. That's why you bring an original take to it.
yes. Now
Yeah.
that you picked 2 characters, these 2 characters just popped in my head, and I feel like it's fair because you have JD and what's his
Turk.
face? Yep, I was gonna
I
say
accept.
Butch, but that is definitely not his name.
No,
Turk. Okay,
Turk.
JD
Yeah,
and Butch though, it
it's a
kind
good
of
combo.
works. Okay, I'm gonna pick Jay and Silent Bob then.
That's fair. See, again, joined at the hip. A good thing. Okay, I like it. Tell me more.
So Jay would be the taunter and the healer of the two, and like Bob would definitely be like the bronze. He would be the tank. So like you could switch out between them. So I feel like
Okay.
how Jay would taunt is like by throwing something to get
Hmm.
like attention, and it wouldn't like take off too many HP. It wouldn't take off too many hit points. But
Yeah,
then as soon as like he got your attention, you could switch him out, and then fucking like Jay would just like, well, not Jay, but Bob would fucking body slam you.
I
So I
like
think
it.
that's what I would do for like 2 characters from like a movie. A movie.
I accept because like even in Smash Bros, you have the Pokemon trainer. You can switch out between 3 different Pokemon. Same idea. Jay and Silent Bob. That's a hell of a team up. And like they're very different. I like it. I like
Part
it a
of the
lot.
clit.
Part of the what?
The clit. Have you not seen the movie?
I have not. I've seen Clerks. I don't think
Oh,
I've seen
okay,
actual
okay.
Jay and Silent Bob.
You have to see Jay and Silent Bob Strike Back. It's so funny. He's like, I
I've
am
always
the
wanted to.
clit master. But
I
it's
need to
not
watch them.
it's not the clit that you think of. It's like an acronym for something, but it's really funny.
Can I tell you? Can I tell you a short story before we get back to this?
Yeah.
I always think of my high school teacher, my high school children's literature teacher, when I think
When
of the
you think
word
of
clit.
clit,
Yeah, because well, no, he wasn't children's literature. He was like an English literature teacher, but we had a unit on children's literature. And when I walked into class one day, and like him and I were cool, like you know what I mean. We had a good relationship. Um, and like I got the work done. I was always good at English. What the hell did I write here? Hold on, wait. Let me redo this. Wait, as I'm talking. But yeah, so like we had a good relationship, and we were walking. I walked into class, and we were starting children's literature. Um, and what he had written on the board was this.
clit studies. So cultural lit.
children's literature studies,
Oh my
but
god.
obviously I saw clit
Cl-
studies.
yeah, clit studies.
So
Sex ed.
I took my seat and I called him over. I was like, sir, I didn't realize this was this kind of class. And he
How
like
old
looked up at
were
the board.
you?
Grade 12, so
Oh,
16.
you had children's literature in grade 12?
Just part of like general literature and like journal writing. Like it
Oh,
was
okay, okay,
like it
okay,
was just
okay.
like a unit as part of the thing. I was like,
Oh,
sir,
okay.
I didn't know that this was going to be this kind of class. And he looked at me. He's like, what do you mean? And he looked up, and I've never seen somebody's face drop so fast and turn so red so quickly. He was like a younger
That's what he
guy.
gets for being lazy. He should have
Yeah.
just wrote out children.
And I was like, sir. And he's like, oh my God. And he just walked away, erased it, and then wrote out fully children's literature
Yes.
studies. And he looked at me, he's like, are you happy now? And I was in the back of the class dying. I had a great time. He wasn't actually mad, but he was kind of like one of those situations. He's like, you fucking idiot. You know that feeling all far too well. But
I
getting
do.
back
I do.
to our characters. So you just ended it with Jay and Silent Bob. Time for our last characters, D.
All right, go.
Okay. So for my last character, I'm gonna get a little bit more recent. I've had some recent hits here, but I'm gonna go quite new here. I'm gonna go to Ted Lasso, which I've been like obsessed with lately. Such
Same.
quality and good show. And from Ted Lasso, I would not pick the titular Ted Lasso. No, no, no. I would instead pick Roy Kent. And like
Okay, can I just tell you something? Roy Kent is bae. He is
so
such an
big.
asshole, and I don't know. I think I have really bad taste in men.
But do you want to know what the thing with Roy is?
He has a heart of gold.
Yes, he's
He's a
not
good
nice,
guy.
but he's kind.
Yes.
There's a difference.
Thank you. I feel like
Yeah.
that's me. I'm not nice, but I'm kind.
Yeah. And it's just like I just like how much he swears and how much he actually gives a shit. And it's just like I feel like one of his attacks would be he like just yells like and it would like paralyze the enemy and like I might even like a speech bubble would pop out. It wouldn't. This is a kid. It's a game, you know. It would just like kind of say like S star 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 and like smack them with it. You know what I mean? Like the speech bubble would be a hit. He could like kick a soccer ball at some people and hit them that way. He could like just charge right through them and fuck them up. He's one of my all time favorite characters out of any sitcom ever just because of how well
Yeah.
he's written and his
I like
story
him
is just
so
fucking
much.
wild too as an
I
actor.
haven't don't
No, no,
I'm
no,
still
no, no,
watching.
no.
Okay.
No, I mean
Alright.
like he was a writer for the show and he auditioned last second for Roy and he actually still writes for the show. So he was never
I love
supposed to be
him.
part of the acting cast.
I love
Like
him so
he's just
much.
he was a writer
So
who
much
got
more now. Like,
yeah. And like apparently there's a thing going around online where people don't believe he's real. They think he's a CGI character because his face is too symmetrical. So that's like a running thing online now. But yeah,
oh, I haven't seen that.
yeah. But like yeah, no,
He
it's
is
obviously a joke.
beautiful though.
He's big.
Oh my god.
Yeah. So I would go to Roy Kent just because he's stolen my heart. He's such a great character. He's fantastically acted and just like I said, I don't know. I'm a sucker for characters who swear a lot. I don't. It's just part of
Maybe
me.
because we swear a lot.
Probably. So like
I am too. I like a guy who could cuss a lot.
yeah. Yeah, I
Yeah.
know I'm saying too. Like women too. Women that cuss a
Super
lot. Yeah.
manly.
Hell yeah.
Mhm.
Super dopey.
Mhm.
Yeah. But anyway, so those are my five. Diaz from Brooklyn Nine-Nine, JD and Turk from Scrubs, Roy Kent from Ted Lasso, Amy from Superstore, and Jung from Kim's Convenience. Who's your last fighting game character, Destinee?
Okay, so because I absolutely love this character and I had to put them in Storm.
I like it. I like it a lot.
I had to put Storm in because I was like, I want something that can like work with the elements. You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying? And instead of picking one element user, why not just pick one who can like control everything and just
All of
fuck
them.
shit up? And she's gorgeous. She's like a Nubian goddess. So
Yeah.
I picked Storm, and I feel like her main power would be electrifying frogs. So yeah.
That one's for Aaron. Aaron, if
You
you're
know what?
listening,
That is for Aaron. And
that
I
is for
hope that Aaron watches or listens to the podcast on Streamcast, because we all had a very nice 5-minute talk about that line and what we all thought about it.
Classic. It belongs in
It
cinema
belongs.
history.
Yeah, it does. It's garbage. It's a garbage line.
It's so good, Destiny.
It's so bad. Don't let Andy and Isaac hear you say that.
I
Because we
thought they
all
liked that
agree
line.
it's shit.
No, they didn't like that line. Aaron was vehemently denying that line. That's what it was.
No, Aaron likes that
Yeah.
line.
Aaron likes
Yeah.
the line. Andy and Isaac
Andy
did
and
not like the
Isaac
line.
are like, no.
But they did. So, okay, hold on, wait. Can we then establish a baseline for saying that Andy and Isaac have good taste? Would you? So when
Wait. If we're gonna go with them liking Recess, this does not count because we are from different eras of cartoons. It just doesn't count. It doesn't count because me and Aaron are from a specific era of cartoons, and you, Andy, you know what? They didn't believe how old I was. They thought I was lying because it came up, and I was like, no. And they were like, and they told me how old they were. And Isaac was like, yeah, like, how old are you? Blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, I'm such and such. And he's like, you're fucking lying. And I'm like, I'm not lying. And then Andy's like, when like, or maybe it was Isaac. I don't know who said this. He's like, when somebody says an outlandish age because they want compliments. And I was like, that's not what I'm doing, I promise. And then they wanted to know how old you guys were. And I was like, yeah, now I'm the oldest one.
Yeah, but you look so good, dude. That's what I'm saying. It's deceptive. It's deceptive.
It is deceptive, and I think I act really young.
So that's what I mean. Yeah, you act young, you look young, like you're just like you just have such a beautiful aura to you, Destinee. You're so smart and you're so kind, except when it comes to the subject of Recess, where you're vehemently fucking wrong.
Look, I just don't think it was that great. Like, if I had to pick, I would say Tiny Toons before that. I would say Animaniacs before Recess. I would say Kids Next Door before.
That's even newer than Recess.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is.
Kids Next Door?
Yeah.
No.
Come on, let's
look it up. I'm pretty sure it didn't
Kids
come
Next
out
Door
after.
came out in 1998.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, November 6, 1998. Recess came out September 13th, 1997.
Oh, wow. Well, Kids Next Door is better. Look, I think Animaniacs is better than
I will give you that. Animaniacs is classic. Yeah. Animaniacs is a classic. I will give you that one. Fine. I will give you that point.
Tiny Toons was really good too.
I don't think I've ever watched Tiny Toons.
Really?
Tiny Toons, is that just Looney Tunes with the babies?
Well, they're not babies. They are younger, but they're not like the babies of the Looney Tunes.
Oh, you know what? I have seen this before.
Yeah, it's kind of on the same level with Animaniacs, actually.
Do you know what's a classic and that like lives in my mind? And I'm sure the show. I really don't know the quality of the show, but because I got to watch it so infrequently, because my parents would send me away to so when I was growing up, every Saturday I had to go to Polish school. Like my family's from Poland. They would send me to Polish school, and like I would have to go from like 8:30 a.m. to like 12 or 1, and I always fucking missed Saturday morning cartoons.
Aww.
And then Sunday mornings, and then Sunday mornings they would drag my ass to church. So like I wouldn't be able to watch even Sunday morning cartoons because that was a bit of a thing.
Wow.
And the only time they ever played the 90s Sonic the Hedgehog's TV show, Sunday mornings. I only watched it so infrequently, but that in my mind is always like the cartoon that got away. In my mind, it's like this beautiful, amazing thing. I have no idea of the actual quality of the show, but
I think I've only seen the Sonic the Hedgehog cartoon maybe 3 times, and I was so put off by his voice because I grew up on the video game first.
Yeah,
I was just like, that's him. And you know who voices him?
In the show,
Steve Urkel.
In the cartoon?
Yeah.
What?
Mm-hmm.
I also just totally searched Sony the Hedgehog like a
J.L. White. I think that's his real name, J.L. White.
Cartoon. Let's see this. And then after it was like Sonic, like it was cool because it was like they went into the future and stuff. Jaleel White.
Yeah, that's Steve Urkel.
Never in my life did I know that.
I'm blowing minds out here, son.
That's very much today I learned. I had no idea that was Urkel playing Sonic. Again, I have very few memories of the actual quality of the show as to what happened, but I always wanted to watch it.
It might be really good. Might be really good.
Might be really good.
I
But
went back and watched like Jim and the Holograms, and I realized how toxic that show is. Because
I've
the
never even watched
misfits
that.
are it's for like I hate to I'm not trying to sound sexist, but it was aimed and geared towards girls. So
Okay.
um but the misfits are trying to kill them at every corner,
Dang.
like just trying to get rid of them. They did
That's
something to
dark.
like their helicopter once and it crashed, and I was like, how are they not in jail? And
You know
like,
what?
why was this something that they were aiming towards kids?
You know what 2 shows were a jam? Kim
What?
Possible and Totally Spies.
Kim Possible was good. I watched Totally Spies, but during that era, I think my favorite one was Courage the Cowardly Dog, which was like such a
I couldn't
creepy
watch it.
show. But
I couldn't watch
it
it.
scared you. I loved it. I loved it
It was
so much.
it was like it was the animation style is kind of gross too, and like
Yeah,
everything about the show is kind of gross. Darren
it
loves
was
that show,
creepy.
obviously.
It was mad creepy.
Was 16 ever a thing for you?
Okay, so I saw 16, and I was just like not into it because I was like much older by that time.
I fucking loved 16. That was one of like
Listen, I think I just stopped watching cartoons for a while. And then
me
when
too.
I started again, it was like Adventure Time, Clarence, We Bear Bear, like all the like recent stuff that's coming up. And then for a while, I only watched Adult Swim. So it was all
That's
the
fair.
weird shit on Adult Swim that I was watching.
That's fair. Yeah, no, I fell off cartoons for quite a while too. Yeah, it wasn't until like Steven Universe. Like I'd always kind of kept up with anime and stuff, but like in terms of like flat out cartoons, yeah, like it's been a minute. And like we watched Steven Universe, like binge that, but then haven't really even watched much cartoons since.
I think when I moved to Korea is when I kind of fell off of it because I didn't have access to it.
Mm-hmm.
So like for the those 5 years, I just didn't really keep up with it or anything.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I get that. Well, if you're curious as to parts of these discussions, make sure you go listen to Bonus Stage with Aaron, where we argue about recess, and with Streamcast, where we argue about teachers and family life. I guess we're having a bit of a combo episode. But yeah,
Yeah.
so we have made our fighting games. We kind of lost the point there, but that's fine. Let's hop over to some news, D. Let's talk about some newsy video gamey things.
I'm ready.
Okay, so let's start off with hold on, I just lost the link. Let's start off with this one then. Stranger of Paradise Final Fantasy Origin gets March release. I'm reading from Eurogamer,
Nice.
written by Tom Phillips. The chaos-filled Strangers of Paradise Final Fantasy Origin arrives for PC via the Epic Games Store, PlayStation 4, and PlayStation 5, Xbox One, and Xbox Series X and S on March 18th, 2022. Square Enix announced it at the Tokyo Game Show 2021 live stream, and also there's a new trailer along with a new demo that is available to be played.
Ooh.
So that was a thing. So I played the original demo back when it came out a few months ago. Not impressed. Not impressed.
Okay.
Did not. This is that like Final Fantasy
Isn't
spinoff.
that what we saw? What we saw, and we were just like, "Why is he wearing a T-shirt?"
Yep.
that
Yep.
you got at Walmart.
The main character's name is like Jake or something, or like it's legit thing. Like he
I
looks
think
like
you posted something where like this girl
Yes.
like is explaining some like really deep shit, and he just like turns on his MP3 player.
yes.
And, like,
Yes. Did you see that?
walks away.
Listen, if you've missed this clip, I'm guessing it's from the new demo. I haven't played the new demo because I couldn't be bothered. But there's a clip that was circulating the internet the last couple days where like this girl is going on this long-winded explanation about like Destinee says serious stuff, and the main character just goes bullshit, pulls out his phone or his MP3 player, starts playing like dubstep-esque kind of things, turns around and
Yeah, and
walks
then
away.
just walks off.
This is a real scene in the game.
Like, did you get to that scene in the demo? Like,
No, I think this is a new scene. I'm sure if this was in the original demo, it already would have blown up. This may be part of the new demo or part of the new trailer.
okay.
But
I
like,
don't know what they're trying to do with this new Final Fantasy. The whole point of Final Fantasy is that it takes place in this like fanciful, fantastic world, right?
mhm.
And they're going darker and darker. Like there's always been a bit of darkness to Final Fantasy, right?
Yeah.
But like now it's like I don't know. Like I feel like it's lost some of its appeal.
I feel like this is weird because because it is a spin-off. Like Final Fantasy 16 proper still looks beautiful, still very much is what you expect Final Fantasy to be, Which, I mean, with this being kind of like a spin-off, I get it. Try different things, be weird. But I just don't think that this game plays very well. I didn't find it very, very much fun. It's very much trying to be like a Dark Souls where it's so difficult that like, and the difficulty is kind of the point, which just isn't my thing. And I know it isn't really yours either. So for
No.
me, it's just kind of like,
If I
it's
can't
just,
enjoy the story, I don't want it.
yeah, it's just kind of like, this seems to be like this weird in between of like very serious, difficult gameplay with what's seemingly looking like a pretty ridiculous kind of feel to the game. I don't know, but it's coming March 18th, 2022, so you can get ready for that very, very soon. Check out that new demo if you
That's
like.
on PS5 though.
It's
God,
on,
when it is it
yeah.
on PC too?
The demo's on PS5 and Xbox Series X and S. The multiplayer features are also there apparently, and yeah, it will be on PC when it comes out.
Okay.
But yeah, so make sure if you guys do like the game, if you are liking what you're seeing, please let us know in the comments below. Tell us why we're wrong. I appreciate a different opinion because I know you and I, Destinee,
let
are
us
very much
know
not
in
on
the
this team.
comments.
Yeah.
Comment. If you watch the video, just comment. Even if you're just like big booty hose,
Big booty hose, big booty hose.
just comment something.
Exactly. This next story that I've just added very suddenly because I saw the trailer and it killed me. Destinee, have you seen the trailer for Choo Choo Charles?
Choo Choo Charles.
Yeah. So hold on. I'm going to post this here in the chat, Destinee. Take a quick look-see while I'll start reading the story. Just take a look at the trailer because this, I don't know what it is about this game.
Is
but
it
it's
a
blowing
horror?
up.
Because I don't like horror movies.
Me neither, but there's something about this idea that really, it just makes me laugh. Coming from Eurogamer, again, written by Wesley Yinpool, Choo Choo Charles is a horror game in which you fight an evil spider train named Charles with an old train of your own. Look at the trailer, D. This game looks hilarious. Choo Choo Charles is an open world horror game in which you fight an evil spider train named Charles with an old train of your own. You upgrade your train over time as you navigate an island. The only problem is that Charles is a constant threat.
He looks like a freaky version of like Thomas the Train, who I hated as a kid.
This is actually based on a Skyrim mod where Charles, like the Thomas the Tank Engine, was like in the game. And they've kind of blown it out into this full thing. So basically what you're doing is you're going around this island on this old rickety train of your own, while there's this massive train with spider legs chasing you around the island, like showing up randomly. And the eventual, point of the game is to take this train down. But you spend the game trying to like power up and avoid it. And just, I don't know. I'm not a big horror fan either, but this just looks so absurd. I don't find I don't know. I have a hard time. Like, and the design is creepy. I'll give it that. But like, I think the inherent ridiculousness of a spider train chasing you down is just so hilarious for me that I can't, like, this isn't a horror game. I feel like
I'm having PTSD because there was this movie back in the 80s where there were these, it's ridiculous. Now, obviously, it wouldn't scare me, but when I was really little, it scared the shit out of me. And it was like these 18-wheelers that were like evil and possessed.
The fuck?
Yeah, and they like tried to kill you. Hold on, I'm gonna find this because people are gonna be like, "You're making that up." 18-wheeler killer movie. That's what I'm typing in. It's called Maximum Overdrive, and like it was a bunch of these 18-wheelers, and they were murdering people.
That sounds fucked up. No, I have no touch. I have the kind of touchstone for this. To me, this game just looks like hilariously weird and fucked up in the best way. I'm actually, again, I'm not a massive fan of horror games at all, but Choo Choo Charles has me very curious. And like I said,
I think you should play Choo Choo Charles.
I want to play Choo Choo Charles. We don't know when it's coming out just yet, but I'm very, very curious to check it out. So if you haven't seen the trailer yet, please go watch it. If you're a fan of horror or just ridiculous like things, or there's a giant monster train trying to fuck you up, go check out Choo Choo Charles because this shit looks hilarious.
Was it called Maximum Overdrive? I don't know. Anyways, one of the tracks had a goblin face on it, and it used to give me nightmares.
That sounds gross as fuck.
Yeah.
All right, let's go to our second last story. Sony buys Demon's Souls remake developer Bluepoint Games. This is coming again from Eurogamer, from Ishraq Subhan. Bluepoint Games has joined the PlayStation Studios family following Sony's acquisition of the developer. This is a big boon for PlayStation. Bluepoint Games is renowned for its exceptional remasters and ports. Many of them are PlayStation titles. They recently did, the PlayStation 5 remake of Demon's Souls. They've done the same thing for Shadow of the Colossus, for the Nathan Drake collection. This acquisition isn't a surprise. It got leaked a little while ago. And it's one of those things where it's like everybody was already expecting it to happen, just like Insomniac. Bluepoint has been working with PlayStation for a very, very long time, bringing some of their most prestigious games back. And now they're joining the PlayStation family for real. I'm super stoked about this. I'm very, very curious to see what they're going to do next. The only comment that we've gone is that they're doing original content, whether that's again taking another game and remastering it, or making it even better, or if they're working on a sequel to a franchise we already know and love, or if it's just an entirely new IP. We don't know. A lot of rumors about them working on something to do with Bloodborne. A lot of rumors working, about them working with Metal Gear Solid. We don't know what the truth is, but I'm glad that they're in house now. PlayStation has bought them.
Well,
They're there.
expect some good things from them.
Hell yeah! So Destinee, just the kind of a general question here: would you rather Bluepoint, and like they've been on record before talking about how much they do want to work on a new IP. They want to make their own game because what they're known for is taking old games and remastering them. And I mean like rebuilding them from the ground up, remaking assets, everything, but staying very true to the vision of what the game was originally. Would you rather them make something new, or would you rather them take another beloved franchise and bring it back up, to today's standards? What would you rather them do?
Honestly, it's a hard question to answer because they've never really produced anything on their own. So it's like, if they produce something, will it be good? Like
Mm-hmm.
graphically, and like all of that kind of stuff. Mechanics, it'll probably be amazing, but
Mm-hmm.
like story wise, would it be good?
Yeah,
So I
I'm also.
think they might have a chance to kind of prove themselves, um, kind of like using PlayStation Sony as like a mentor.
Mm-hmm.
Or you know what? They may have some amazing ideas just because they've worked on all these other games. So I don't know. I think I'd be okay with them doing a little bit of both because they've done so well at like remastering these games and like doing it in a way that like all the fans are just like super psyched about it and pleased with what they've done. So
Exactly.
if they can expand and have the more money to hire more people because they've now been acquisition and they can focus on both things, I think that would be good for them.
Yeah, I'm super stoked about this. Similarly to you, I don't really know what I want them to do. I have faith in them for whatever it is that they're going to do next. I would kind of like to see them make a new chapter in an existing franchise. If you want to use that some sort of as a test bed for their own kind of level of storytelling, give them Infamous. We haven't seen Infamous for quite a while. Let them make a new chapter in that story,
Yeah,
or even a new Metal Gear Solid or whatever else. Like, give them an established franchise, see what they could do with it, and then if it's successful and,
something they could
it
build off
clicks.
of. Yeah,
Exactly. And then if they want to run into their own IP after that. But again, at the same time, who knows? Maybe they can make, strike gold with their first IP and it'll be amazing. I'm curious to see.
maybe.
Our last story comes from Tom Phillips once again over at Eurogamer. Spider-Man 2 will be a darker Empire Strikes Back style sequel. Marvel has described Insomniac's upcoming Spider-Man 2 as a darker follow-up to the original game. Speaking on the latest This Week in Marvel podcast, the comics maker's creative vice president, Bill Roseman, briefly discussed Insomniac's current slate of projects. If the first Spider-Man game was Star Wars, Spider-Man 2 is kind of our Empire, Roseman said. It gets a little darker. All we know of Spider-Man 2 so far is that both Miles and Peter are going to star. We do know Venom is part of the roster. Craven seems to be also a lock given the narration and what we heard in the debut trailer just a little while ago at the PlayStation Showcase. But I'm really fucking excited about this. But before I go off, Destinee, tell me, what do you think about Spider-Man 2 seemingly being a darker Empire Strikes Back-esque sequel in the world of Spider-Man?
I guess I would need to understand what they mean by Empire-esque Strikes Back. Like, I know the reason why that was dark is because they killed off some major characters.
Yeah, I'm a little curious as to what they're going to do with this, especially with the end of Spider-Man 1, which I won't spoil, but it does get pretty heavy towards the end of the game. Um, I It sounds like Venom is going to be quite a threat. We haven't had like a very dangerous Venom for quite some time, and I personally love like the PlayStation 1 era games where Venom is a threat, but he's also a total idiot, which is kind of why I do like these new Venom movies because they kind of strike that similar balance. But I'm also very, very excited for Venom to be a threat. I'm really curious to see
I've
just how
always seen
much.
him as like a major threat, and I think that's because like I felt like in the comics he was like a threat because the guy was insane,
Mhm.
right? And then just watching the I think what was it the
The
90s
'90s.
animated Spider-Man, he
Yep.
was no fucking joke.
Yeah.
Like He was not kidding around. He was not there for comic relief. He was there to like whoop some ass. So
Yeah.
that's how I've always kind of seen Venom. Um, so I've just seen like previews for the trailer to the movie, and it's kind of, I guess they gave him more of a personality,
Mm.
right? Because before it didn't seem like he had much of a personality. It seemed like
Yeah.
he just embellished on whoever was there, like enhancing whatever hate and anger they already
Mhm.
had in
Yeah.
them.
Yeah. I'm really curious to see what they're gonna do with it because like Venom, especially in the comics for the last like 20 years or so, has not really been a villain. He went on to be like an
He's an
anti-hero,
anti-hero now,
and then
yeah.
and then he became like a straight up hero. So like Venom in the comics has not been, there's been, what's it called, evil symbiotes, but not like Venom has been on the straight and narrow for quite a while. So I'm
Yeah.
curious, like I'm excited to see a kind of a return to the darker, more menacing side of Venom. And I don't know, like you said, if this leads to some deaths or to some significant, plot development that will probably lead into whatever will Spider-Man 3 will be. I'm very, very curious to see what they're doing with this. I cannot wait for this game.
I mean,
And
it's
like,
easy for them to make him evil again. It just depends on who he decides to connect with.
yeah,
So if
exactly.
the new person they bring in is fucking insane and evil, and the symbiote decides to connect to him, then
Yeah, I'm really, really excited to see what, and like I again, because again, just how great Spider-Man and Miles Morales were, and again, the stories did have dark moments to them, but they were also, Spider-Man stories. I'm excited for something a little bit darker and more fucked up, and I love Venom. He's one of my favorite villains alongside Craven. So if they're both there, I'm fucking down. Destiny. I'm
I wonder if they'll
excited.
ever bring in Carnage.
I hope so. I hope so, and I hope they make him twisted and as fucked up as possible because that's what Carnage is.
I mean,
I'll
that's
never
what he
forget.
is, yeah.
I'll never forget playing the PlayStation 1 game because that's the first time that you actually team up with Venom is to go against Carnage, and my like 8-year-old self was terrified because of how scary he was in that
Yeah,
game.
Carnage is, he just looks like a, oh god, yeah. Carnage
Just
was
messed
there
the
to
hell up.
fuck things up, yeah.
Yeah, yeah. But that, Destiny, brings us to the end of the show. If you want to see more from us, make sure you like, subscribe, and share this podcast along with the other videos. Check out the Squid Game video. Make sure you keep it locked for our Black History Month miniseries. All of October, we're going to be talking to so many amazing Black
We're gonna
UK-based
be
creators.
very busy. We're gonna be very
Mhm.
busy this month.
Yeah, we have a lot going on in the best way possible, so make sure you keep it locked. We'll have new reviews and new stuff coming for you very, very soon as well. Destiny, thank you once again for joining me on this very merry ride. We'll see you guys next week. Peace out.
Bye.
Okay, hold on, wait. Can we then establish a baseline for saying that Andy and Isaac have good taste? Would you be? Would you?
Yes.